Prussia, 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 Prussia. Every YouTuber is going to play Prussia and form Germany. How unoriginal and how unbelievably boring. Shots fired, rip. Guys, the real challenge and the real fun is to form Greater Germany. That's right, Bismarck's dream, but not as Prussia, as Austria. That's right, guys, you can form Germany as Austria. Be aware, this is not the easy method, and I think I'll give you a little bit of a guide on how to do it. When you do form Germany as Austria, you will be unbelievably strong. First thing we need to do, though, is we need nationalism. So, under society, nationalism. And one of the beautiful things about Austria is your access to Italy, which gives you the access to produce silk and cotton. Not a lot of places in Northern Europe have the capability to do that. You see, most of them are around the Mediterranean. That's right, we're going to pay for our wars by making clothes. Without further ado, the silk plantations begin. Also, we're going to stay an absolute monarchy. And to make sure we stay an absolute monarchy, we need to make sure we institute a stronger internal security. And to bring down uprisings and unrest, we're going to go for National Guard. Ideally, secret police, but we can work on that later. Next up, we need funds to fund our industrial revolution. In that case, we're going to tax liquor and wine as an alcohol forming. Luxury clothes, yes. Porcelain, luxury furniture. I think that'll be it. Next up, we need to encourage the agricultural industry in this region, meaning anything we do build here, which in this case is going to be a load of silk, it'll be able to outcompete the world. And when we can outcompete everyone, that means we make big money. Next up, Austria. Very large, very powerful, very populous. However, we have an issue with taxation. So in that case, we're going to have to build administrative buildings. But I'm only really going to go for those if I get into the red on my bureaucracy. Expand the bureaucracy to take care of the needs of the expanding bureaucracy. Did I quote that correctly? All right, 5 speed, off we go. Look at that income. Oh, that's so good. But you know what we need now? Expand the construction industry. So we're up about 40k here. Cost you about 3k a piece. So yeah, that's roughly about right. Assign all of those to the top and build, my pretties. And also we can iron frame buildings, which can be built more efficiently and quickly. Problem then is we're going to need a lot of materials to keep that going. So make sure you take care of your trade routes and then get that iron imported and the tools and liquor. Make sure the people are taken care of. And also in our capital, Vienna, we're going to encourage the manufacturing industry. And that means that all the raw materials will be produced in northern Italy and sent to Vienna, where here we will manufacture our clothes. Textiles. Start off with 5 of those. All right, next up, we need to build good relations, because when we go to war with Prussia, we're going to need allies. We cannot do this alone. So, diplomatic actions, improve relations. France, Russia, essential. But also, as an extra bonus, Britain, and maybe even Spain, and maybe even Sweden, maybe the Ottomans. They're all the people in Europe that have some kind of power. Tools! Iron mining. Okay, so economies of scale, our maximum cap is 20. So I think the minimum we should produce is 20, and that's what we are doing. And that applies in Milan too for cotton farms. 20 of those. So to make the regular clothes, you need the fabric, which comes from cotton. To make the fancy clothes, you need silk. Then we sell the clothes and ching profit. And we buy guns with those clothes to shoot Prussians. Oh, the best timeline. Build, my pretties. More silk. More. All right, we're now the 14th most productive silk plantation in the world. And at the moment, silk is pretty cheap. So now we can start producing the clothes. Textile industry, dye workshops, and craftsman sewing. Now we will need to import some dye. Import from Britain and the Dutch and the Danish and the French. That's one resource we're going to have to expand outside of Europe for soon. Silk production is doing amazing. Now that the textiles industry is up and running, we're needing more and more silk. In this case, with the second most productive farm in the entire world. In this case, why not more? Textiles, maxed out. More. Now we sell the luxury clothes on the market with the 4th biggest producer in the world. And we sell it to the Russians and the Danish, Portuguese. Oh, there's so many markets for this too. So we just open as many markets as we can. Then we can escalate the production as high as we can go. And that will make us some incredible money. Turning a beautiful profit. GDP is on the up. 6th in the world. Oh, look at that. That little line going up there. You know what that's caused by? Clothes exports. Nationalism is done. Now we can contest for leadership of the German nation. And to do that, the entire world looks at us. We're not quite ready yet. So what we need to do is just develop our military a little bit, and then we'll get there. So first of all, to sustain ourselves at war, we can now make munitions plants. At the same time, let's make general staff so we get skirmish infantry. Munitions and steel. France would like a trade agreement. Now, this will be a disadvantage to us because they'll no longer have to pay tariffs on our clothes. So we're going to take a loss here. However, it builds better relations with France, which we need them against Prussia. More silk. More. We have reached the point where we need trains. Ugh, feels bad, man. Trains it is. The ethics of exploitation. I love this one. Colonial exploitation is morally correct. Oof. And it was very successful. Wow. General staff is done. Now we get skirmish infantry, which are state-of-the-art and modern infantry. Hop into development and assign them as skirmish infantry. Perfect. Now we can start contesting for the leadership of the German people. So on the side of the Austrians, Luxembourg and Bavaria. Oh, that's decent. Bavaria is pretty good. And on the side of Prussia, we have the smaller German states. Okay, launch leadership play. There's a lot of nations who can have a say in this. So you can see these are the enemy's clear ones. These are the allies. But top it off too, all these other nations can therefore take a side, which makes this a very messy war. We need like Britain and Russia or France to side with us. All right, here we go. So here's the diplomatic play. So what we're contesting for is for German leadership, and also that's what the Prussians are contesting for as well. So the very first pie here, this blue bit, is where you just state your demands. And then this point, this is where you can actually try and convince people to move over to your side. So it's either going to be Russia on our side, they're very close, or it's going to be France. First of all, what we'll do is go for France and offer them a favor. So basically it means in future, if there's ever another diplomatic move, they can ask for this favor back and we'll support them. So we'll do that. There we go. France has joined us now. Now I'll do the exact same thing for Russia. It doesn't look like they'll accept that though. No, they have no use for it. What about something else like liberate someone? You can liberate Danzig. Sure. Okay, so it looks like war's coming now. It's going to be a little bit longer before we know fully who's going to be on whose side. It looks to me like the favor is mostly on our side now. All right, the final closing maneuvers now. Everything's locked in. This looks like what the war is going to be. Oh, this is perfect, actually. All right, time to mobilize the boyos. Promote you so we can hold more battalions and pop you on the front line. The biggest front for you is going to be South Tyrol. Mobilize. Okay, so our armed industries now needs a boost. So what we're going to do is whack up the wages for military people. At the same time, we're going to go into our buildings, specifically state that the arms industries need to be subsidized, and so do the munitions industries. We have war. Here we go. So it's clearly favoring us massively. This is an easy win for us. So we've got France on our side, we've got Russia on our side, and a few minor powers too. So Russia's wedged in here. They're sandwiched. I think this is an easy win. The Prussian troops are quite technologically advanced, but however, they're up against so many troops around their front line, and being sandwiched in, it's not likely they'll win. So the front line here is 67 battalions on Prussia's side and 187 on Austria's side. And the first battle looks like he's going to Prussia. Damn. It's going to be a bit of a grind. Probably not going to win outright. It's going to be a war of attrition. And it looks like this push, advancing forward, looks like a win for Austria. Meanwhile, the Russians, they're losing, but no big surprises there, right? France! How are you doing, France? The front line where no battles have commenced. Is this World War II? Oh, never mind. There was 2 battles, and Prussia won them both. So it looks like the easiest thing to do is you click on the front line. So this is a representative front line. You click it, and then click battles. So you can see here, Prussia has won every single battle on the Western Front. And this middle front, it says that Russia is winning. But however, I think it's our troops that are actually winning, though, not the Russian troops. So we are snaking through to their capital here towards Brandenburg. It's kind of creepy how this echoes World War I. Prussians in the West doing a fabulous job. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And in the East, the Russians keep pushing into East Prussia here, and every single time they push, they've been repelled. Every single time. Meanwhile, we've kind of reached a point here too where we're not pushing any further as well. The impenetrable wall have Prussia. And Prussia, through just sheer war exhaustion and stressing their economy out, they were losing too much, so they've had to peace out. It's funny in this game how so many battles end not in kind of straight victories, but just from a nation burning out from war exhaustion. So we are now the German leadership of the faction, and Westphalia has been liberated. Oh my goodness, that's actually perfect, because this will actually go to us under a leadership contest. And there's just one nation left that we have to defeat, and that's Lubeck, and it's here. Can we do a naval invasion? We only have one navy, and it's a really tiny one too. Yeah, 10 ships. Naval invasion, off you go. Okay, colonial exploitation is not going to happen. It's causing a revolution, so we're going to have to end that. We tried. And the boys have landed, and the fighting hard. Victory. Railways coming right up. And we don't need to subsidize our war industry anymore. So no more subsidies needed, thank you. And reduce the wages too. Peacetime industry. Victory. We've assumed leadership of the Germans. Now that we're the leader, we can launch a unification war. And for the most part, this is a shoo-in. So what we're doing now is approaching all the independent German nations and saying, we are your owner, so now become part of our nation. And only a handful of states say no. Britain, Russia, and France are on our side. The only nations that are on the fence are Belgium, the Netherlands, and the East Indian Company. East Indian Company? I thought that'd just be Britain. Okay, maybe that's a bug, but apparently Dominions can say no. They don't want to be a part of the faction. Interesting. Does it even look like at this point I need to make any favors or agreements or anything? Because at the moment it looks like everyone's going to side with us anyway. Final maneuver, the diplomatic play, and yeah, it's just a shoe-in. No, we're actually going to be against the East Indian Company and Russia. What? When did that happen? We just defend the Western Front. Let's hope it goes better than World War I. Boom! Another war. A war of unification. Are we winning? Are we losing? Just look at this. I don't know. Why not? Break the front lines. Break the stalemate. Oh, absolute massacre. And we're done. Unify Germany. Eating all the small minor states. Oh, what is that? Is it an island inside of Prussia? That's disgusting. Boom. That's a mighty fine Austria. Form Germany. Okay, we're number 3 in the world now. Now we commence the industrial grind. Industry, wake up. Farms, wake up. Interest in Indonesia and the Congo. It is time for railroads, baby. The industrial miracle has arrived. Build them here, 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 and then to top it off, incorporate all the new German territory and also Luxembourg. I've just thought for a second, if I was to form Austria-Hungary now, would it be Austria-Germany? Germany-Hungary? The thought of that is so cursed. Economic explosion. You can actually see the exact point on the graph there where I started to develop railroads and properly industrialize. A miracle. Second biggest GDP in the world. The Catholic Church wants to roll back women's rights. You, sir, are a bigot. Build, my pretties, build. Our current balance is negative 168,000 due to almost 500,000 invested into the construction industry. We either boom right now or we bust. Do you know how we make this money back? Do you know how we do it? Textiles, more textiles, more textiles. And I think at the minute we're having kind of a skills shortage, so we're gonna have to make some universities too. And there we go. Now we're into the green. I knew it. I knew it. Show me that GDP graph. Number 3 in the world now. What the hell? France, very competitive. Number 1, textile mill on the planet. The 5th most productive building on the planet. Nitroglycerin. Explode the economy of mining. Literally. To find the source of the Congo River, our prestige is shot through the roof. Mapped the course of the Congo River plus 25% prestige, making us world number 1. Prussia versus Russia in a war. My mind is like, that just feels really cursed. Farming boom whilst at war. That's funny. Victory in my quest for pretty borders. We have unlocked the machine gun. Can add these on and they give more defense, morale damage, killed rate, provinces lost, minus 25%. Okay, they're kind of mainly defensive, but man, they're so strong. 6 years to research chemical weapons. 1886. Mustard gas. Okay, it's time for the wall to end our wars. Time to see the machine gun fire versus the Russians. They still got a peasant army. Oh my goodness, they do. Peasant levies. Oh my god. This is going to be devastating. Oh no. This is making me cringe. This is going to be This is going to be a pretty intense war. So first of all, we're defending here. And as expected, defense is ridiculously high from machine gun fire. And the Scandinavians are just charging at us. Oh, it's Finland, apparently. Finland are charging at us and getting absolutely wrecked. Oh, look at this. Look at the pictures down here. Look here. Trenches shooting over, and these guys wearing like Revolutionary War style gear. Oh god. Oh no. This is literally spearman versus tank, and I think this should be straightforward now. Oh crap. Crimea war vibes. Boom. It has been done. Living space for the German people. Oh, look at all this land too. Oh, beautifully fertile Ukrainian soil. That's right, boyos. We went from merely picking cotton to making the finest clothes in the world. Now we are the #1 GDP by almost double compared to France. £500 billion. Third largest population in the world behind the Raj and China. Oh, and this is my colonial holdings in Africa too. Beautiful. A glorious German empire. And, oh yeah, and got a few money problems too. Oops. What? What's this? This is the next video. Give it a click.